Now, let me go over to my YouTube channel and make sure it's up and running. All right. Always waiting on Kevin Owens, huh? Oh, well, Kevin Owens has finally arrived. Appreciate the love, Mr. Fanstock. What is happening, everybody? We'll let some people jump on in here. Welcome to Opening the Door, episode number 11. This is, if you're not familiar with this, on Thursday nights, I usually do a live stream of some sort, and it's awesome chatting with you guys. I love talking to you guys. You guys are really cool to me, always have been, and I've taken a step back from making content and everything just to reevaluate my YouTube channel and everything, and pretty much just got bored. I say that to you guys, but on camera, I'm going to admit it. Sometimes it gets boring doing this. I think you know exactly what I mean. Joey, you did not claim first today. Joshua Ricks, he jumped in early and he got first. So Joshua Ricks is first today. But anyway, if you're not familiar with Opening the Door, it's something I started doing. I apologize to anyone who thinks that I've stolen their idea or anything. It was never my intention, because I've already heard that comment before as well. I just started this because I wanted to do something different, bring the community back together the way it should be. So that's what I'm doing this for, and to just change up the YouTube channel every now and again, because change is good, right? Well, today I have a guest that I can honestly say I don't know a whole hell of a lot of anything about. This is a guy who owns a bearding company who's been around before the bearding thing was a thing. Like literally before. I don't want to call it a fad, but
fashionable.
Yeah,
it's fashionable.
Until the beard game become a humongous thing, this guy was making beard oils. Today we're talking to Nick Gallimore from Mudcat Whiskers.
Hi guys. I don't know how to chat on this thing. I see a lot of like on the side. I don't know how to chat or anything. But hey, Nick Gallimore, Mudcat Whiskers, down here in Youngsville, Lafayette, Louisiana. You know, sweating.
He's down the south sweating, and I'm up here in Pennsylvania sweating. We talked earlier today, and he said it was 94. It's 94 here. So I'm not making this up, guys. We have our air conditioners running nonstop pretty much. Mandy is downstairs canning, and I don't think I have to explain that to you. It's freaking hot in my house. I literally have a fan right behind the camera, and I apologize if you hear it, because the air conditioner is on in my bedroom and the fan is blowing the air into the cave. And if I didn't have that, I'd probably be soaking wet sweating right now. So sorry for the audio if you hear a fan. I have to keep some air going in here a little bit. We got 6 thumbs ups in here. How many people are watching? I'm not sure. We got 14. Hey, I got a little crowd. That's awesome. Benjamin Reviews. Congratulations, man. I hope you enjoy your beer justice winnings today. Congratulations. Like I said, I want you to do a review of whatever Cedric sends you. I've been watching your channel. I'm going to make a YouTube video here in the future of, I do it every year, like who you need to watch. You're going to be included in the video, man. You deserve it. Great YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to Benjamin Reviews, this guy right here, go subscribe. He's a real good guy. Good dude.
So Scott, how do you like join the chat, or do I just like reply to people who are posting stuff?
Just reply. Right. Let me see.
Like this is my first.
Okay. You just make a comment, and they'll be able to read it.
So I don't know. So like Matt Bearfield's asking my favorite sport. Yeah, that one. Am I a sports fan? Well, I don't really have a lot of time to watch sports. Mostly down here, it's either Saints or LSU or UL, which is a local college team. But other than that, not too much.
What did you say? What was that football team? Who was it again?
The Saints.
In your face, everybody. In your freaking face. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so let's get to know Nick on a let me get to know you level. All right. So I always ask because yeah, and there's Tyson, go Chiefs. He always says that. Okay. So obviously you weren't making beard products your whole life. So take away the beard. Tell me what Nick Gallimore was, where you're from. Give me some back history of Nick.
Well, I'm actually a school teacher. Like I've been teaching middle school math, science for almost 16 years now. And it wasn't until after I had my first child, my dad had a beard, and I was like, well, I have a kid now, I need a beard. To me, it's like that sense of coming of age, and so I started growing probably back in 2012 or so, but it was more of a business beard, It wasn't quite the length I have now.
So you had the Matt No BS beard reviews look.
Yeah, it was really like short, but
that's okay. You know what? You cannot knock a guy who has the business look, even if it is a short one, because they still have one. At least they're not shaving it off their face, and they don't need to. They don't deserve a man card. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, what I'm loving now is the fact that longer beards are now becoming business beards. They're becoming more prevalent in the workforce. Especially with all of us beard oil companies keeping it high and tight, for the guys, to make it all nice and pretty.
So you're a school teacher, right?
Yeah.
Now, and they don't frown upon that at all.
No, as long as I keep it, professional and clean,
Well, Matt Bearsfield, what made you want to start making beard products?
Well, back in the day, there used to not be that many of us, and there was only, I think, Louisiana Beard Association, and I don't know if they're still going on or not. There's been so many companies that were here and not there anymore. But basically, I went to a farmer's market, and I tried some stuff, and I liked it, but when I went back the next Saturday, they weren't there anymore. And so I was like, well, I can't go to Walmart and buy it. This was like back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just started making my own, but you can't just order like one bottle. You get like a collection of 12 bottles or 24. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do with all this extra? So I gave it to one of my neighbors, and then it started spreading from there,
Okay. So, teacher, what do you teach?
Well, 6th grade math, but then I switched to 6th grade science. So now I'm teaching 6th grade science and robotics.
Okay. All right. 6th grade science and robotics. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you get a lot of this when you're in class?
Yeah, I try to keep it interesting.
Or is it more like this nowadays?
No, we don't allow cell phones.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It pisses me off that my teenager is allowed to have her phone in school.
No,
I've gone into school and I have literally made myself look like that parent. Like, you all are freaking morons, and literally just say a bunch of words I shouldn't say in front of in school.
It's a lot of editing yourself. But a lot of times they'll bring them to class but keep them in their bag in case like something happens, or they
right.
Whatever, or they have after school,
Yeah, that's like the exception. You got to have for emergency, understandable. Because if I was a teacher, my instinctive response, put it away. Like literally, I'd be in the middle of doing my lesson, put it away.
Put it away now.
I would. I'd be like, I would literally make them get embarrassed. If I catch it again, it's going in. I'd have a fish tank. Like, it's going in the fish tank.
Drop it in there.
I would tell the parent, if you have a problem, maybe your kid shouldn't keep his phone in my classroom.
Right. I had one parent get all mad because the office took the kid's phone because he had it out, and she was saying that it was like $1,000 phone or whatever. And I'm like, why are you giving your 12-year-old $1,000 phone? And why is it my responsibility when he gets it taken away? I don't know. It's crazy.
Now, as you just say that, it could almost sound hypocritical to me because my daughter has one. I didn't pay for it. Her mom did. That's all on her.
Right.
So,
well, the thing is too, it's kind of hard to have a phone nowadays that isn't, so expensive. But I mean,
I'm the type of guy when it comes to children. Not I'm not hard on mine, so to say. I'm a tough love guy. I always have been. Teach them hard. Teach them, not necessarily raise them rough. Teach them hard. Let them get dirt on their knees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them go run around.
Right.
But this day and age, kind of can't do that. You can't.
Yeah, you can't just have them go run around the neighborhood and not know where they are and all that. But
I did, but times have changed, so that's what I'm saying. Right. Things are different now.
In the '80s, you could do whatever. Come home when the street lights are on and all that. But.
I'm glad you did because I didn't. I didn't go far. My neighborhood, all of us grew up together, and we knew how. We knew each other. So how did the kids react to your beard? I was going to ask that, Matt. Good one.
Well, I don't know. I hate to say this, but kids are weird, dude. Like some of them just want to come and like rub the beard. And I'm like, you can't touch me. Just stay away, And
yeah.
They're just mesmerized by it, especially when it starts like flowing. And but yeah, they love it.
How long have you been growing it out?
Huh?
How long have you been growing it out?
Oh, actually, this is the longest it's been all year. In December, I cut it short. Like I usually trim up at the beginning of the school year and let it grow, as the year progresses. But this is just since December, really.
So that's pretty damn good for a New Year beard, man.
Yeah. I mean, it'll grow all the way up to my eyeballs if I let it. It's kind of insane. But
here you are growing your beard out for like 6-7 months, and I'm trying to get to that, and mine won't grow.
Yeah. So you hit terminal, you think, or?
I think this is around about what it's going to be. I'm not 100% sure. I'm at the point if you look real closely, like when you get down, you can see through it as you get down to the bottom and such. And I try. I'm one of them guys. I'm like, screw it, let it go, let it grow.
Right.
At the same time, there's a few people I take bearding advice from when it comes to trimming and such, and it's Brian from Beards and Banjos, my barber, and Detroit Grooming Mike, and they all say you got to trim the dead, the split ends, and I hate doing it, but every time I do, it looks so much better. And I'm like,
there's an old wives' tale too. Like if you cut during a full moon, it'll grow faster. That's what I hear, but yeah, it's important to cut out all the split ends. Because, I mean, if not, they'll just travel all the way up. You can't get rid of them without cutting them.
Right.
But, and they don't really take that much off. If you have split ends, it's just like a tiny little bit. It's kind of like, I don't know, trimming a rose bush. You trim it back and it grows 2 feet the next day.
Right. Reading the comments here. So, have you done anything other than being a teacher? Is that what you straight from college to teaching?
Yeah, but I've had a lot of side projects. Like I designed websites. I've pretty much done everything. Installed appliances, built computers. But my main primary job has been teacher. This is just things that I do to make ends meet because you got to on a teacher salary.
So you're I don't know how that works with so you make money all year round.
Well, yeah, you do. But they take your 9-month pay and they divide it by 12 months. So
okay.
You're living on a budget. You get paid like once a month. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's steady,
Do you do summer school?
No. Sometimes it's offered, sometimes it isn't. But I'm looking at doing like online school where you can teach online, but a lot of that's in China where you have to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and teach Chinese kids English, and have a whole setup. It's pretty neat, but
okay. So Matt's asked, what do you do in the summer if you're not if you're not teaching?
Well, I have two kids. I have two girls, so I'm usually like catching them up to speed with their school. I always have house projects. We have some rental property and stuff like that. So I'm always busy.
So you're like a millionaire.
No. No.
Well, you're renting property, so that's like Donald Trump territory there. You got rental properties and stuff. So
the property has to be paid off before you're actually making money on it. If not, you're just pouring more money back into it.
Oh, okay. So he's not a multi-millionaire yet.
No.
Okay, I got it.
By the time it's paid off, I'll be dead. So I'll give it to the girls.
Oh, okay. So they'll be millionaires. Okay, so it's a never-ending, rolling down the line millionaire process. I get it. I get it.
Generational wealth is what they call it.
So bearding. How have you seen as a maker, company owner, and you are a one-man shop? It's all you.
Yeah,
right?
I do everything from designing labels to making posters, everything.
Now this is a company, you guys. I'm dead serious with you. I've had Instagram conversations with him, and this is the first time today that we have actually spoken like this, face to face, and getting to know each other. So this is a company that I really don't have any experience with. This is a first for me because most of the companies that, which it's not a bad thing by any means. I haven't had any experience with his products of any kind, only from word of mouth. Oh, excuse me a second. Hey, yo, man. I did not say that yet, did I? I did not. What is the favorite product that you make?
I would have to say the oils, honestly, because you can really layer the scents in there. And I take pride in making scents, where I did a lot of research on like base notes, mid notes, top notes, and all that, and seeing how they blend together. Seeing what works and what doesn't.
So you going to that farmer market? That's what inspired you to start making your own.
Yeah, but they just had like straight scents, like they had patchouli or they had
cedar, lavender. Yeah,
right. It's like let's take some peppermint and put it in this carrier oil and call it a day. And I mean that's great, but I don't know. Now the community's grown a little bit more savvy, I guess, and they want something a bit more than just pine and oil.
Of all those scents that I have tried, hundreds, I'm not going to say thousands, but I'll say hundreds. There is only one, seriously, and I'm not plugging the company, just Texas cedarwood is like literally, I could smell that by itself forever. Because it takes me back to when my daughter's granddad and I, when I was with my daughter's mom, he was always, we chopped wood and stuff together. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but I wasn't familiar with cedar. And he would tease me. He would toss me instead of throw me the chunk of wood, right. He'd throw the piece.
Oh,
and he'd give me the look. I'm like, oh, because I love the smell of a cedar chest. It just smells so freaking good. Well, Texas cedarwood's it's amazing.
What a lot of folks don't realize is that there's different types of cedar. You have like Atlas, you have Texas, you have Virginia, and they all smell completely different.
Yep.
So I mean, if you're using that as a base, you can really like play around with it a lot, But
now answer this question for me, because I have never made any products of my own, so I don't have the experience. When as a maker, when you say you're using cedar as a base, does that mean that you're using? Because I don't know how you do this. Does that mean the cedar is the main ingredient in the blend you're making?
Oh no, like there's different types of bases. Like for a carrier, the base would be like the percentage of that type of oil.
Okay.
And that's usually like the ingredient that you make first. But when it comes to building a scent profile, your base notes are the notes that are going to stick around throughout the day.
Okay.
And then your mid notes kind of blend the top notes and the base note together. Like your base note is all the deep earthy scents. Your top notes are more like the citrus and the peppermint and the flowery kind of stuff. And those you smell them first, but they're gone away in like 30 minutes or so. Whereas your base note, the proportions are about the same depending on what scent profile you want, but the base note's going to last the longest. The top note's going to wear away faster, and the middle note is going to, be in the middle of not too fast, not too slow.
You know what? You're actually, I'm not saying that I'm a genius of any kind. You're actually one of the few who've explained that like that. Thank you for saying that. Is a carrier the same as the base? No.
Well, the thing is, when people refer to a carrier oil, they're referring to the type of oil that make up the beard blend. It would be like castor oil or grapeseed oil. That's what you're putting the fragrance into. Whereas the base note for the fragrance would be either the fragrance or the essential oil that you're adding to it.
Right. So now you're fragrance and essential oils, right?
Yeah. I find that you get a better blend. Some of mine are straight essential. Some of mine are straight fragrance. Some of them are a blend. But back in the day, essential oils used to be the big thing. Everybody was like, oh, if you're not using essential oil, then you're not all natural, or you're not on the up and up or whatever. But what they don't realize is that a lot of the essential oils have hazards that go along with them. Like with rosemary, with peppermint. If you're a pregnant woman, you can't be around those kind of things.
Right.
And not that many people even put that together, where some essential oils are actually harmful,
Right.
And they don't pay attention to like ratios of how much fragrance or essential oils you're putting into your carriers.
Right.
So a lot of times you'll get these fragrances that are really strong, but they often cause like irritation or something like that.
Hey, Johnny Grooms, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you, brother. Which do you prefer, essential or fragrance, or just both?
It depends. I mean, I go
depends on what you're using, right?
Well, it more goes to what it smells like.
Okay.
I'm more prefer like a deep earthy experience as opposed to a flowery kind of cologne smell. If that makes any sense. Like I only have a couple of I don't want to say cologne inspired fragrances, but fragrances that are on the cologne spectrum.
Okay.
Like the very, it's kind of hard to explain. Like the fragrances that last all day, you wake up the next morning and you still smell them kind of thing. I more tend to prefer like a lighter body kind of thing. Like it'll last you through the day, but you're not going to wake up and smell it.
Wait, Nick Gallimore, you're from Louisiana. That's from the Bearded Dragon.
Yeah, Lafayette.
I'm sitting here on the website, guys, so if I apologize, I'm not looking at a specific spot on the camera or such. I'm looking at his website, and he has some say his oils range from the unscented to $10.95, and the majority of them are $12.95 up to $14.95, which is below the average market price, which is $15 to $18 a bottle. He's below it. I mean, and where was the ones that I told you? Let me find Pariah, like this one right here. I'm clicking on it real quick. It's tobacco leaf and amber, and you guys know that's like my bread and butter right there. That's one. What was the other one I said? Thibodeau. Yeah, the Thibodeau here. This one, that's $12.95. This is a sandalwood, tobacco, and cedar wood. I'm like, man.
The main problem I had with shaving was that razors were like $30 a month, and so growing a beard, I didn't want to spend the same thing I was spending when I was shaving. Does that make sense? So I couldn't see just replacing a razor with a $30 bottle of beard oil. I wanted something kind of average, where it's not going to break the bank.
Right.
But it's still high quality.
The labeling, now are you going for like an old 1700s look? Is that what you're going for?
Well, it's more of like an outdoorsy kind of earthy feel.
Okay.
Almost steampunk, if you think. Like, I can't see if you see the hat, but it's just like it fits the name, Mudcat Whiskers.
Yeah,
So,
where I gotta ask, where did you come up with that?
well, I was wanting something that screamed Louisiana without being a crawfish.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And something that people outside of Louisiana could relate to. And I was like, well, what animal has a beard other than a turkey? You know, and a catfish has that awesome mustache
Yeah.
that comes out. And I figured, you know, Whiskers because it's a mustache. So
Right.
then it just fit together.
It's a very original name. It's not what you Mudcat Whiskers. What? You know, it's like, what the hell's that? You know,
Right. Somebody asked, do you put catfish oil in it? I don't understand. Actually, there was a beard oil company in Louisiana who was using gator oil. They would take oil from alligators and put it in their beard oil as a carrier. And I don't know how well, like, I didn't know the research on that. So I was like, but no.
I can't say that's a good or a bad thing. You never know till you look into it.
Yeah, you'd have to see if it like clogs your pores and all that. But
so how has the madness of the world affected Mudcat? Good, bad?
Well, it put a lot of my beard competitions out of business. Like I would try to host a yearly beard competition locally because it's one of those things like everybody wants to go to a beard competition, but nobody wants to host it, you know, because it's a lot of work to put together. But I started off, I found the local autism society, and I was going to raise some money for them, and it was really awesome. Had a great turnout, lots of fun. It was a circus theme, and then from there in Lafayette, we moved to Shreveport charity, and everything was going great until this whole COVID thing, and where we couldn't get together anymore.
Right.
So it really hurt me being able to get money together for charities, because the one in Shreveport, we would raise money for the Northwestern Veterans Retirement Home out there, and all of that money would go straight to their entertainment budget, either bring them on field trips or, you know, buy a TV or whatever, you know, they needed in order to have some type of entertainment. And all that got messed up, really.
And we talked a little bit about it earlier. Now, you did this. Now, this was because you're a part of the Bearded Villains.
Yeah, well, I did it as part of my company.
Okay.
Mudcat Whiskers. Bearded Villains, I'm the director of the local chapter, the Louisiana State chapter of the BV. And we do have a charity aspect of it with, you know, we have a whole charity committee. But this was done through my company.
Okay.
But, a lot of the brothers came by to help out, you know, pre-register people, work the tables, you know, things like that.
Okay. Are you you're talking about your now you had like a bearding like judges and such, best beard and such things like that, I would imagine.
Yeah, Aaron Johnson, I don't know if you know who that is. He does Talking Beards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he came down last year as a guest judge, he and his wife.
Okay.
Yeah. And I usually tend to get more like local celebrities, like people from the local TV station or people from the board of the charity organization, you know, kind of make it balanced and fair.
Right. Now I got to ask, because you do have the name Mudcat Whiskers. Do you have mustache competitions, and do you offer mustache wax?
Well, I started off offering mustache wax, and mustache is a category in the competition. Like usually when I have the comp, I'll have like 12 or 14 categories up there. And it's mostly depending on length or style,
right?
Tops or goatee or whatever. But I started off doing a mustache wax, but I find that it wasn't really a good selling point, especially down here in Louisiana, because I mean, beeswax only gets you so far. You go out in 110 heat and the beeswax is going to melt. So a lot of my friends who have mustaches were using Clubman, which is more of like a chemical based petroleum product, but it really works, you know. But I mean, I just can't compete with it because you could buy a thing of Clubman's for like $3 and a tube lasts you for half a year. You know.
Okay. So it's almost you got to talk people into buying.
Yeah, and it's kind of almost not worth it. Now I'm looking at creating a beard wax, mustache wax, but instead of using beeswax, I'll like go more toward soy wax or high temp, along with the high temperature shea, just to kind of give it that holding power a little bit more.
Okay.
But, I don't really like the way beeswax feels in your beard. It kind of makes it sticky.
Yeah,
makes sense. But a soy wax, when tied with lanolin, makes it a lot smoother. You know.
Now we're talking now as we're talking about that, let's go ahead and break in your beard balm. Are you using a beeswax in there, or is it other product?
It's shea butter, cocoa butter, coconut oil, emollient wax, which kind of helps everything blend together.
Okay.
And I've just started this summer adding like a quarter tablespoon of beeswax.
Okay.
That's mostly just to keep the shea butter from breaking down and kind of help it with the heat, you know. But,
Bearded Dragon, that's what we were getting at. He was asking, do you have any butter? And I wanted Nick to actually explain why he doesn't have a beard butter.
Yeah. Back when I first started, beard butter wasn't a thing. If that, it was just, you had oil, you had balm. But then the way that people were making balms is it was more like a beard wax. Like it was so much beeswax that you had to scoop it out with like a guitar pick or, you know, the back of your fingernail or whatever. And it was really not much as a balm, in my opinion. I know everybody has their different formulas, but it was more of like a hard, heavy duty wax. So mine essentially was kind of in between the two. It didn't give you that much hold, but it gave you a lot of conditioning power.
And that's why.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Yeah. I'd much rather it soft than stiff.
Right. Yeah.
But my beard's kind of thick, so I don't really have to deal with styling it, if you will.
Right. That's what because when I look at company sites, just as a habit, because what would I go buy? You know, like, okay, literally I'm like, find the scent that you dig. Where's the butter? Because and last I'm like, all right, where's the balm? Last thing to look at. You know, I'm like, okay, I've always done that, and I always knew that you didn't have a beard butter, and
yeah,
kind of a way. I mean, not that it's a negative thing. He's old school. He is. He's one of the oldest companies.
Like my balm has the consistency of a butter, but here's my thing: when you're mailing a butter, it melts in shipping anyway.
Yep.
You know what I mean, so you either have to refreeze it. I mean, not to knock anybody, guys. I love the whole community. I love all these companies. I'm friends with a lot of them. But if you have a whipped butter and you're sticking it in a 100-degree mailbox, by the time you get it out the mailbox, it's no longer whipped.
Yeah.
You know? And so to me, it's like if you're buying it in a store or if you're buying it at a farmer's market as a whipped butter, that's great because it still has that consistency. You know, but if you're solely buying it just because it's a whipped butter for that consistency, in the mail, you're not getting the same end result.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right. I've had experiences with butters that have literally melted. Balms, not so much. They just starting to melt.
Right. Well,
butters,
because of all the beeswax, you know.
Right. Yeah. Because of the beeswax, and it's not that the beeswax is in there for that particular reason, but that does help a lot when it comes to that type of stuff.
Matt's asking if my oil is a light, medium, or heavy. It has a base of jojoba and hemp seed, so it's more of like it's not a light butter at all, you know. But it's not like a castor oil, you know. It's not that thick where you have to kind of like scrub it in there, you know.
Tyson actually has a legitimate point, and I never ever thought of that till you just said that, Tyson. Even if it doesn't melt in the mailbox when you put it in your hand and melt it, it's the same thing. You technically do have a very legitimate point there, a scientific point too.
Right, when it goes into the whipped. I mean, I get how like the whipped butter gives you more of a light refreshing feeling.
Yeah.
And it's softer, and it doesn't require as much in the way of application. But me personally, I don't see the benefit of it, because if you think about a balm, you think about a butter, and you think about a whipped butter, they all kind of have the same ingredients in them with different proportions.
Yes, it depends on how they spin it around, literally.
Yeah, because a lot of times a company's wax beard balm will have the first ingredients or the second ingredients like beeswax.
Right.
Whereas their butter, it's more or less just all of their butters that they have. Shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter, But the thing that you have to look at is what kind of nutrients is your beard getting from those specific butters or from that specific oil.
Hold on, dude. I gotta stop you. My beard don't eat. Okay, we don't get nutrients in the beard. Okay, the mouth,
right?
This.
But I mean, that was
a joke, by the way.
Right. The thing that your beard loves actually is fats. So if you can get a high density fat in there, not like bacon grease or vegetable oil, which is going to clog all your pores and give you acne underneath your beard, but it really helps to define the cuticle and the shaft to not be as brittle.
Right.
It really helps to bring it all together.
Okay. All right. Well, we do have a science teacher to educate us with that type of stuff. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing and tell me that. Yeah. Tyson, you talking about, there's a beard that likes to eat. See what you did?
Well, I know my mustache loves bacon grease.
I'll rub it into you guys tonight. For dinner, I had sausage, gravy, and biscuits. I got to rub it in. It was so good. I can't lie. Good stuff. My wife spoils me. What can I say? So let's get back to this. We have a Super Bowl SB title too. They're always talk about football. So let's talk about this. The bearded villains. And if you guys don't know this, he's based out of Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana, Bayou country. That's what my wife said. He's like, my wife says he's in the Bayou. Oh, he's burning hot, man. I said, I think he's pretty much scorching right now. He knows Cedric from Beard Justice, and we all know Cedric on the channel. They're in the same Bearded Villains chapter together.
Yeah, Cedric is one. I love Cedric to death. He's one of my main guys. And in the bearded community, I would have to say he's my best friend. Well, actually, he's pretty much my best friend. I shoot a lot of ideas off of him. He was really helped me out there in Shreveport with my comp, because he's out there in Shreveport now. And he's just an all-around great guy.
Yeah, Cedric has always been awesome to me and to my helping support me and stuff. He's a great guy. Do anything in the world for you. He would love that guy. Gotta represent some beard justice. Right. But
as far as the chapter goes, we're pretty much statewide. Some chapters, like in Texas, are broken up into like North Texas, West Texas, South Texas. But that's such a big area. But we span from the edge over there by New Orleans all the way up to Shreveport, all the way down to the Gulf and Grand Isle and all that. And we have about 65 members in the state. I think it's one of the largest BV chapters in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good considering you guys are scolding hot all damn year around, and you guys are out there and not that I'm not making fun of you, but you wear like cuts and vests and such like every time you go out, right?
Well, we have photo shoots.
Right.
Yeah, and that's for the photo shoot. But a lot of times we're just hanging out. We'll either go grab a beer or burgers or whatever. We'll wear our work shirts and stuff. And
right, that's what I meant. A work shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to plug because we're talking about merchandise and stuff. I got to. Mudcatwhiskers.com is the website. It's down in the description box below. The dude, I'm sorry to call you the dude.
That's fine.
This dude has awesome merch. He's got. I'm looking at four different colored hats with that wicked looking patch on them. He's got a hoodies. He's got stickers. He's got a cigar holder, a whiskey bar key, a freaking utility knife. I could use that at work, man. That's awesome. He's got the shirts on a different color design, patches. He's got some killer merchandise. He really does. And a hat. This particular hat, $12 freaking dollars, dude. No one in this bearding area or game has a hat for $12. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to keep in stock. Basically, they're sorry, they're the flex fit kind.
Yeah,
but I like them. And these wicked combs.
That is a thick freaking comb.
Well, what I like about it is when I had a thinner comb, it would always get stuck or it would pull, but with this one, it just flows through like butter, but it still gives me, the control that I need. And I ordered these little brushes because my mustache is a mess. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I've always been jealous of these cats that have the mustache and it's all at one point. It looks like they put a tube of Elmer's glue in it and just freaking did it up right. So I found these little mustache training brushes. They're tiny, But, it works great because it can fit in your pocket and you just hit it on the sides. And if you do it enough, it'll like really get in there and do the job.
Technically speaking, this was made as a mustache brush, guys.
Yeah.
Speaking. But it still works for your beard.
Well, I don't know if it'll work for mine. Maybe like a business beard, or a smaller beard. But I don't find that it does enough in the way of, I much rather a comb, honestly.
Rohan, this is one of my newer followers and subscribers here. Hey, I was wondering if you could recommend any strong balms for a shorter beard. I'm not sure. I can't speak for Mudcat because I've never used theirs, but I don't think it wouldn't be. I don't think it wouldn't hurt. The 3-4 months in, I think it'd be good.
Yeah, a balm for 3 or 4 months would be great. I mean, especially to condition. But I don't know I don't know what he means by like a strong balm.
I think he's wanting maybe he's looking for a stronger hold, made possible.
Yeah, something for a stronger hold.
Rohan, just direct message me on Instagram, and I will answer that for you. If Nick's isn't such a stronger holding one, I can always an all day hold. I've never tried Mudcat yet, so I can't say this will last for me all day. But
for an all day hold,
yeah.
Down here it's hard to get
a
hold, especially with the humidity. Everything frizzes up so much. I mean, unless you're just pouring the beeswax in.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you're putting like a petroleum-based thing, that would hold. But I mean, you don't want to really deal with all those chemicals,
Face it, guys. Just put a glue stick in your beard. I'm telling you. Just stay the heck with it. Put a glue stick in it. The one you used to eat when you were in school. That's what you need.
Right. I mean, a couple of years ago, I found the joy of like just a round brush and a hair dryer. Then they started coming out with all of these like heated combs and it's like everybody's just nickel and diming us just to put money in their pocket. I mean, $110 for a beard brush that's heated. I mean, you can buy one of those little straightening irons for $14 at Walmart, And I mean, granted, it doesn't have the heat protection and all that, but it just seems like, I don't know, they got their hands in our pockets. And I know I'm a beard oil company, but I'm also a regular guy. And I mean, it's like, I can't see going from spending $30 a month shaving to $110 for a heated brush. I mean, maybe I've never really tried one, but
I can tell you from my experience, I have one that Tyson from Faithfully Bearded sent me right over there, and I like the one he sent me. Thank you. I don't know if I ever thanked you for that, Tyson. I like the one he sent me. I tried the Beard Struggle one, but not from them. It was from some other company. And that one was okay.
Yeah.
I have the $100 one that you're talking about right here. I had it sent to me.
Do
I
you?
did a video.
I mean,
No, I did a video on it, and I did it in 3 different types of settings, like into the shower, wearing product. I forget the exact way I did it, but I did it in 3 different settings. And the way, and I come to the conclusion, not to knock the product, just saying for my using for my beard, your beard is super duper thick. I can see it.
Yeah.
Mine, that's cool. Mine is literally like a feather. I call it a featherweight beard. It's really light and fluffy.
And it just like flows and it looks glorious, right?
My beard is not as thick and dense as yours. Mine looks more wiry whenever I use. It almost looks like not healthy when I use a beard straightener, and I just didn't like that look.
You found that it looked artificial?
Kind of.
It was like so straight? Or
almost like wiry. Like it looked like it was just not so good. And I found a better use for just a blow dryer or just let it go, Yeah.
Well, I mean, and then when I was doing research about them, because my whole thing was I thought about carrying them for a while, like finding a supplier and all that. But like you said, I'm a one-man shop, and I like to quality control everything.
Right.
I do. And I didn't see the benefit of it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe your audience knows better because they used them. But I find that even as soon as I walk outside, my beard's going to do what it's going to do.
Yep.
And I mean, I could either sit there and be self-conscious about it, or I can just be like, this is me, this is what I got, and this is what I'm going to rock,
This is coming from a product maker who literally is in the scalding hot humidity. Most of the from a product maker who is out in the hot weather and the humidity most of the year, and he doesn't have a butter for this for that reason, but also in a way, what's the point? Because it's going to look like garbage when that humidity hits it. It's going to crumble up, and the beeswax, you can throw that out the window too because it's not going to hold. I mean, I get exactly what you're saying. I do.
And I mean, with a longer beard, it's easy to go from business to homeless like real quick.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If the wind blows the wrong way and that thing's in your face, and next thing you know, it's all bushed out. You almost have to carry something with you. But then again, you don't want to spend the whole day primping your beard. Because you got stuff to do. And I mean, we're not all Instagram models. So
I am not a model by any means. I am a Kevin Owens ripoff. That's what TCBTNL calls me. So no, I have this wave right here, and I know it's never going to go away. Right. I'm going to sit there with tools.
Just curl it out.
I'll let it go. Some days it's good. Some days it's not. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I see Kyle Bagnall is saying pine rosin as an ingredient for hold. You see it?
Rosin. That I've never. I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Well, I've never tried pine rosin, but it's basically kind of like a resin.
Okay.
That's pulled from the sap of a pine tree.
Okay.
And then they process it, and it's really it's once it's in there, from what I'm understanding.
Okay.
But the reason that I haven't tried it is because it's so strong that I don't know how we get it out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd have to wash it 2 or 3 or 4 times just in order. I would more consider that for like a mustache wax if I was going to.
Yeah, that's what he's going to say. It's more of a mustache ingredient. Yeah, he just said that.
Because I mean, you can really cut that down with like lanolin and the soy wax and all that. And I think.
Are you into cars and bikes?
Yeah, I love cars. And I like looking at bikes, but they scare the hell out of me. It's not necessarily like riding the bike. It's more or less the other drivers on the road.
Right.
Don't really trust them because, I mean, half the time they're texting on their phone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
One of the charity comps that I was going to put on this year was going to be actually at our local Harley Davidson.
Okay.
Yeah, and that would have been a cool matchup, but it was scheduled in April. Now that was a BV event. We were going to get all the brothers together and kind of do it for the charity. I think it was Miles Perret cancer. It's like kids cancer, children's charity hospital, and that would have been great. But I mean, that's just like the killer of it all. You try and do all these good things and your hands are tied.
Right.
Because I mean, as a beard community, half of what we do is a community. So I mean, when you're stuck online, you don't really get that connection with other people.
Right. So let's get into making.
Yeah.
I noticed that on the site, which thumbs up to this already, he's a tobacco guy. He likes to make tobacco scents. And if you follow me, you guys know, and Tyson as well, we're tobacco guys. That's like our go-to.
Well, I didn't start off like doing straight tobacco as a base, but it kind of just like, it's such a good scent to build on, because I mean, you can do so much with it. It's like salt and pepper, if you think about it. You can just add all the spices to it. And I mean, tobacco is one of those things where it's so versatile. It can either be earthy or it could be flowery. I mean, and just depending on how you play with it, you can get a lot from it. But it's not like a cigar tobacco or I hear people who are put off by it because they think it smells like an ashtray. Just hearing the word tobacco, they think ashtray. And I'm like, no, it's the plant. I mean, it's completely different.
Yeah, I've turned women onto loving tobacco scents at my job because they'll smell it, and and they know I don't smoke or anything, and they want to smell it. They're like, "What is that? How did you get that?" And I'm like,
yeah,
of course, I was like, you got to talk to the company.
Right. Well, I'm pulling them off the shelf right now. Like I have the Paw Paw's Pipe. That's my dark cherry tobacco. It's a blend of dark cherry and Cuban tobacco, and it's just amazing. The reason I came up with it is back when I was little, I used to like the smell of cherry tobacco, like fresh out the pack.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like when it's in the pipe, but I mean, man, when you crack open that bag of cherry pipe tobacco, it's just amazing. And so that's kind of what I built it on. And then I have Parish, which is more of a tobacco. I'm trying not to get the light, but it's more of a tobacco leaf and amber. So it's like that sweet version of the tobacco.
Okay.
And mixed with the amber, it kind of gives it an earthy kind of feel to it. And it's just great.
He's got quite a few scents, guy. I think you've got close to 20, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, a little bit more than 20 now because I just sent out some test, some sample packs that I'm working on.
I did see that. I did see that on the website. I did.
Yeah, I have 6 more Broussard, not Broussard, Boudreaux. Because down here they have jokes like Thibodeau and Boudreaux sitting on the levee, when they get into some shenanigans or whatever. So I figured if I had a Thibodeau, I have to have a Boudreaux because that's Southern Louisiana for you. But my Boudreaux is more of like a black salt and cypress put together. And that's just amazing. I find it
sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's hard describing scents with words.
You got to experience them. You do.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of times with what I'm saying, like if you haven't smelled cypress, you think cypress tree, but it's a little bit different. But trying to convey a scent in word form to people who haven't experienced it is difficult.
What is your favorite scent you have?
Currently, I have about 6 on my sink in the bathroom, but I've been going with Evangeline and Thibodeau. Usually, that's what I've been wearing lately.
What is your least favorite that you make?
My least favorite would have to be the Jean Lafitte because my wife complains about it all the time because it's rum. Yeah, it's a real strong bay rum, and I mean, when I first started out, everybody had a bay rum. Yep. So I decided to go with a more spicy bay rum, but I made it a little bit too spicy, if for my wife's taste. But I mean, one of those that'll last all day long.
Mhm.
And if you're in the heat, it actually smells even stronger because as you sweat, it's releasing all those the oils, and so it can get a bit intense. Instead of like doing a half drop or whatever, I tend to scale it down a little bit more.
Okay.
But
So,
one of my more unique scents would be Zydeco. I sent it to a bunch of reviewers, and they all say Zydeco. That's my main problem. Like people can't pronounce half of my my product blends. But Zydeco is a mix of Satsuma and cayenne pepper. So you have that citrus, but then at the end you have this peppery finish. It's not like a hot sauce, but you get that exotic spice, and it's kind of hard to put your finger on it. But
that's what my wife, she uses in about everything we eat now is cayenne pepper. She's really loving it. She'd probably like that one a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it smells really awesome. It's a great summer scent, with the citrus and all.
I'm gonna have to do a review, and just to clarify on this channel, wink wink. This will be a $7,000 paid review. We've already discussed it. So he smiles. He knows. He's like, yeah. That's a joke, everybody. That is 100% joke. But I need to try me some Mudcat Wet. It's been long overdue that I've been wanting to try your products. It really has.
Yeah. Well, I find that not that many people know about me, even though I've been around for a lot. I've been around since almost 2014, 2015, something like that. So it's been
that's what I'm getting at. There's so many companies that people don't know about or didn't know about before the bearding game just exploded, and you're one of them.
Well, I don't really toot my own horn. If I'm not one to do an Instagram video every day because I figure people don't need to know, about me. They just want to know what I'm coming out with or what I'm doing next, kind of thing.
Mm.
So I tend to lean more to like Louisiana, and I tend to base my scent profiles off of things that you would find in Louisiana.
Right. Yeah. See, I really like that you are lit. Obviously, you're all about home, where you're from, and that's all.
Because it's what I know.
Right.
What
I think that is really, really cool that you keep it. This is me. This is Nick, Mudcat, Louisiana. You look at the presentation. It just tells you Louisiana. I really think that's awesome. But I'm begging you, please do not make a catfish scented beard product because I ain't reviewing it. I am not reviewing it. No. Can't do it.
Like a deep swamp water.
Yeah.
Just go out to the bayou and just fill it full of, fill a bunch of 1 ounce jars and ship them out and see how it goes.
Sure. Why not? It's straight bayou.
Bayou water. But I do have a bayou. Speaking of bayou, I have Bayou Black.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's a dark amber, and it's just amazing. A lot. I don't know if you're familiar with what is it, Beard Mode 101 or whatever.
Yeah, that's Brian.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the. His channel is where I found you when I was a newbie. I was like, he was talking about him, and I'm like, who the hell's this?
He was actually one of the first reviewers I've ever sent anything out to, and I was one of his first reviews.
Yeah.
But it's like they did a scent competition a while back, and Bayou Black actually won. It was he and like 6 other companies out there, and I was surprised. I was like, every time they released the results, I was like, "Hey, we made top 4," and she was like, "Yeah, whatever." And I was like, "Thanks," But then when it came out number 1, I was like, taken back because it was awesome.
People don't understand how amazing the people in the state is. Yes, I can honestly say I traveled through Louisiana in 2017 when I went on tour in January. Unexpected, in the middle of the winter, and it's summertime down there.
Everybody wears shorts and flip flops in the middle of December.
Dude, we went. You got to think. I'm coming from Pennsylvania, where it's hoodie and freezing cold weather. All right, so we were doing the old fashioned rough it. We're going to sleep in the van routine. So We travel all the way to the Midwest into St. Louis and then down south through Texas, straight across to Louisiana. That was our travel for that part of the run. We get to Louisiana, and it was like night and day. Texas was hot. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But when I went to Louisiana,
it's coming off the Gulf, man.
Oh my God! I went to Slidell, Louisiana. I don't even know if you know where that is. I was there.
Yeah, that's out there by New Orleans.
Yeah, we went to Slidell. They treated us like gold. They fed us homemade, like what do they call it? A gumbo. I know we had a gumbo. We had crawfish. We had some kind of I don't even know what a jambalaya. We had anything you could imagine. That was like a Louisiana specialty. And it's some of the greatest food I've ever eaten. The owner cooked it that day. He literally was there. We never even knew who he was.
Yeah.
He looked like this old hippie dude, like a beard like you.
Yeah.
And the bartenders, we were there all day long because we got to the venue and you just go run around. Well, this owner never ever told us he was the owner. We were like, okay, he's the cook. He's cooking all day. Well. Right. Later on that night, we're from Pennsylvania. They had Yuengling beer down there.
Yeah, that just we just started getting it maybe like a couple of years ago.
They had it, and they were switching from cans to bottles. So they were selling them for like $1 a can or something. Mm-hmm. And what they did was they couldn't sell them. People just didn't want them. Well, they gave us like bar tabs, for each band, and they're like, do you want all these? You can have them for free. And we're like, hell yeah, that's home away from home.
Right.
So we left. We played the show, and it was a great time. While we're there, we didn't know this. The whole back, which he lived there. It was an apartment in the bar.
Yeah, and he lived upstairs or something?
No, behind the stage.
I got you.
Where I played the drum kit, the other side of the wall, you were taking a shower. I was like, okay.
Right.
So he's like, of course, we're all hot and sweaty and such. He goes, you guys can stay here. My shower, my apartment is yours. You do whatever you want. So we all showered, did our laundry there. He gave us cases of beer of Yuengling because he was like, take them, go.
Yeah.
And he paid us. Oh, it was one of the greatest shows I've ever had in my entire life. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I'll never, ever forget Louisiana.
A lot of times when you go to somebody's house, they're either feeding you or, they'll ask you if you want something to drink 5 or 10 times, and they don't feel comfortable unless you're either drinking something or eating with them,
Yeah. Then we went to the other one, and I forget where that city was. I can't remember it. If I had the old flyer, I could tell you. But that place, they fed us like a Cajun Alfredo. Oh, my God.
Oh, etouffee?
I don't even know what it was called.
Is it like a cream sauce with some crawfish or?
I don't even remember. I just remember it tasted amazing. It was so good.
Probably etouffee, honestly.
Yeah, we played down there, those two places. Oh, that's probably the best 2 concerts we ever played that whole entire tour. And I got a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Nice.
For $20. I bought it right there, took it, and ran to the van. I was like, thank you, see you later.
So you didn't go through any of our drive-through daiquiri shops or any of that?
No.
That's what we hear a lot about. Like, people can't get over how much we drink. But we're not alcoholics. We just, it's just what it is,
You go to Louisiana, you're going to have fun. I can tell you that from my experience. It was 2 of the greatest nights of my life, I can say.
And what I find is, like, in Louisiana, you have different cultures where you go. You go to New Orleans, it's a different culture. You go to southern Louisiana, it's a different culture. If you go up north, which I consider like above I-10, which is like cuts the state in half, up there toward Monroe and Shreveport, it's a whole different feel, So it's kind of like, depending on where you go in the state, you get a different feel, with who you're with and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. They all cook gumbo different. They all boil crawfish different. It's a different experience, really. I find that southern Louisiana is more friendly and homely, and come on over, we'll hang out, eat some crawfish. And
so you are a crawfish eater?
Oh yeah,
I've eaten it. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. It's good.
yeah. I mean, it depends on who's boiling. You know, I mean,
What they're boiling in and everything else.
Yeah. Well, what they're putting in it, how they season it, whether they put the season on the outside of the crawfish or they season the water, it's an art in it of itself, you know.
Now we're not going to see some Mudcat Whisker crawfish coming out anytime soon, are we?
Maybe some merch, you know, like a beard gator with a crawfish on the top. I think that would be pretty cool.
No, I'm talking you making food.
Crawfish oil? No. Oh, food? No. I saw some guys are making like seasonings and stuff, but everybody has their own blend down here. So, I mean, you couldn't really market it. You know what I mean?
Right. You'd be like, try this one, try this one, try this one, try that.
Yeah, and everybody's going to be like, it doesn't taste as good as my grandpa's, you know?
Very true.
No,
very, very true.
It's not going to be as good as theirs. So,
totally understandable, man. You know what? I can honestly say, because I still keep in touch with that, with the with the venue down there, because crazy to say this, they still asked the band I toured with to come down there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they loved us, and I'm like, we are not together, but the band still is here. Call them.
Right. Here's their contact info. Let me know. I'll come drink some beer and hang out.
Oh no, they were going to pay us, I don't know, like $1,000 or something. I said, that's awesome, but we can't travel from Pennsylvania to Louisiana. I was like, we can't do that.
I don't even know if $1,000 will cover it. You know, honestly, I mean, after you figure in hotel room, well, I mean, if you're staying at the guy's house, you know. But.
Yeah, Jack's Place. That was the name of it. Jack's Place.
Out there in Slidell, you said.
Yeah, I think it's if it's not Slidell, it was Lovell.
Oh yeah, that's like right before. It's like a smaller town.
It's one or the other. I can't remember. Wait a minute. Jack's Place was first, so we were going east, so I think it's Slidell first, isn't it?
I'd have to get a map. Honestly, I don't get out much. I usually go to work and come home, and that's about it. But anything too far out to the east or too far up north, and I'm lost. I'm seeing that they're having a conversation about Joshua Ricks was talking about gator, as far as like fried gator and stuff. And then everybody's like, "Oh, that's nasty." But depending on how you cook it, it's really good.
You know what? I can honestly tell you guys, when I was on tour of this story, you never know until you try, because I refused to eat crawfish. I didn't want anything to do with it. I was like, when the owner's in front, I'm like, I'm not fucking touching that. And I was like, no. And well, Paul, my singer, he's like, dude, you got to try it. And I'm like, all right. So I did it. And I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, I can do this.
And then, I mean, the thing is, if you're new to crawfish, you don't want to go straight into like a boil if you're like kind of leery about it. But if they give it to you in like a crawfish po' boy or a crawfish etouffee with some fried crawfish on the side, then you get an appetite for it. I think really that's why half the people down here put up with the heat is for the food.
Yeah. The food is good down in Louisiana. I can attest to that. The hospitality, just the same. That when you go to Louisiana, you feel like that's
part of the family.
They want you to be there. Yeah, they want you to be there.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: I didn't go to New Orleans. We drove across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? And you see it, and it's like it's its own world. Yeah. I remember that. I think I've told people on here about it before. I'm the only one awake leaving that bar. And I'm like, all right, I'm driving the next town. They're all passed out drunk. And I look over and I see the world of New Orleans. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, look, get up. And I'm like, there's New Orleans. And they're like,
yeah.
Oh, it's you
just see the Superdome or Mercedes Dome or whatever they call it now, all lit up and stuff.
Oh, you just saw lights galore of the whole town.
New Orleans has its own feel about it, really. It's like no other place in Louisiana or like no other place on the planet, honestly. But, I mean, it's like any other big city. You have to know where to go and what to experience in order to get it right.
Hey, yo, man, what's up, Kerry? Thanks for coming in, man. I would love to get my hands on fresh sardines. You know what? I cannot knock sardines as bad as they taste. They're one of the highest things in protein you can get, honestly. Uh, so I got to ask: Are you we're talking about fishing and stuff? Are you a hunter down there?
Well, I've been hunting once or twice with my father-in-law, but it can get kind of expensive. After you're buying all the gear and whatnot. I'm more like the fish, but hunting is very big down here. Whether it's duck or deer, or, whatever. That's it's a lot. They got guys with camps and all that.
Up here in Pennsylvania, we have it's pretty hunting's a pretty big thing up here. So yeah. I'm not a hunter of any kind. I did when I was younger. I'm just not into it anymore. Fishing's kind of hard where I am.
Oh well, we got lakes and bayous and basins all over the place.
You have a bayou in your backyard, man.
Pretty much, honestly. Like going out to, actually, the local college down here has a wetland preserve. It's like a swamp in the middle of the university.
Okay.
They have a couple alligators in that, so it's not that far away.
Nice. So I gotta ask, would you move? Would you live anywhere else other than Louisiana?
Well, since we have family down here, probably not. But I love Tennessee, like the mountains, because everything's so flat down here.
Yeah.
The way we talk to, if our roads wouldn't have potholes in it, you wouldn't know what a hill was. But you go up to Tennessee and it's just like mountains, and it almost looks like the ocean isn't moving. It's just amazing. But the family and I go camping a lot. So, a couple weeks ago we went up to Arkansas, Queen Wilhelmina up there. And
is this your daughter?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Oh, okay. I had to ask. I'm looking. I'm like, I know my kids' handles. I'm like, that's not my child.
Yeah. My daughter wanted to start her own candy company.
Okay.
But then she started doing like candy reviews. So I helped her out with that. And
sweet.
Have to monitor it and all.
Okay.
She does all the fun stuff, and I have to do all the back end stuff like editing the video. She gets to eat all the candy and stuff, but it's fun. It gives her something.
Oh, Ben Jamin, he left and jumped in the pool. He says, I'm all cooled down now. I don't know how you Southerners deal with the heat.
Lots of air conditioning.
Ben Jamin, excuse me. Damn you. I'd love to be in a pool right now. I would. I don't care. I don't. Well, I will say I will get to go into a pool when Mandy and I take our getaway in November. We always go up north. Mm-hmm. We found a town. I don't even know where the hell it is, actually. It's close to New York or something. I'm reading the comment here. Oh, geez. No, we go to Wellsboro, Pennsylvania, and when we go there, it's like in the middle of a mountain, so it's like freezing freaking cold.
Yeah.
But we go there, it's a little retirement town, just a nice getaway place, and we go there to the same place every year. We go to they have a little hot tub, a little sauna, and a pool. Oh, we're like paradise because there's no one there. So we're there. It's just us. I love going there. So I'll get into a pool in November when it's freezing cold.
Yeah, we'll buy like a little sprinkler or a kiddie pool for the girls, but for the most part, it's more trouble than what it's worth, really. I mean, it's easier for us just to like go rent a hotel room for the weekend and use their pool because you don't have to like, bother with cleaning it and all that. But
Carrie, Nick is from Mudcat Whiskers, beard product company, and he's from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah, Lafayette, Louisiana. I see Terry's with Define Beard Company.
Yeah, Carrie's with Define Beard Company, yeah.
Like I said, I haven't tried that many products, maybe like 2 or 3 other companies, but I see Define all over the place, and I really want to give them a try. I like his packaging a lot.
He's got I just got his scent newfangled, and I got it. The bottle cracked in transit, so when I pulled the seal
Oh.
off, it just shattered.
Oh man.
So I was like, that's a first. It broke right in my hand. I was like, okay. So, but he's got a really good psychobilly quiff, which is a good wicked take on a barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 1626, which is one of the most amazing scents I've found. It's just really, really good. It's a clean scent. He's got a distinguished Caballero, which is his take on like a Cavendish tobacco.
Yeah.
Really nice. And this one he brought out for like a nighttime. It's a lemon delight, like what's he call it? A warm vanilla bundt cake and zesty lemon sugar glaze. This is like my new nighttime scent. It's a really good nighttime scent, man.
Yeah,
good stuff. Well, Carrie, let's try to set up a like a product swap with you and Mudcat Beer Co. If we can do that, we'll give a swap. And both of you get back with me because I'm actually curious to see what you two think of each other's stuff.
Yeah,
Carrie's killing it this year. For being a brand new company for 2020 in the middle of the dumpster fire of 2020. I said it. Yeah, he's doing a damn good job.
Yeah.
Stop sending me messages. I shouldn't say that online, should I?
Right.
I need. Oh yeah, Devin from the Beard Codes. He keeps saying I need to get 1626 in a body wash or a bar soap. He just said he wants to bathe in it.
Yeah, I find that a lot of the newer companies that are coming out are just exploding. You know, like when Fable hit the scene, they seem to like go gangbusters. You know, but
yeah,
I've been more like laid back. I do a lot of retail with like local boutiques and barbershops and stuff like that. Because I find like selling online is kind of hard. Like I said before, trying to explain what a scent smells like with words.
Right.
So if I have a venue that people can visit, like I know Old Pimp Daddy has a shop out there in Texas. But if I can send them to one of my vendors and they can go to the display and test it out for themselves, that's great. Like I know Cedric does a lot of farmers markets, and I thought about that too, but I don't have a lot of time.
That's what I was going to say. That I was actually going to talk about that because I know you've done them before because I've seen your pictures and such on the internet. You've done them before. Cedric is one of the companies that does that. Trying to think. What's his name? Casey from Savage Maine Beer Company out of Virginia. What I call them, you call them farmers markets, and that's what they are. But we've always just called them craft events. It's the same thing.
It depends on what their main product is.
Right.
A lot of the things that you've seen from me was actually a festival.
Right.
We had a steampunk festival down here a while back, probably like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
And I set up as a vendor there, and their main beard, they had a beard competition, and that's kind of what got me started with doing beard competitions. But Louisiana Beard Association was supposed to do it, but they like bowed out. They couldn't make it. And so he came to me with that same morning and was like, hey, would you mind running the beard competition? And I was like, I have no idea how to do a beard competition. You know, I haven't gotten any flyers out. I have 5 minutes. So my wife and my daughter were running around the steampunk fair trying to find anybody with a beard. And we were like, come on to the competition, you know? So I had like 4 people. And I ended up placing them in different categories, and I just gave them a bunch of product and called it a day. I was like, no, you don't understand. If you enter, you will win because I only got 5 people, you know? And everybody's like, no, my beard's not good enough to compete. And I'm like, dude, you don't know until you try. I find like a lot of guys don't have confidence in their beard. It's like you're always comparing it to somebody else. Like, oh, well, if it was longer, if it was thicker, I got to take these pills and take this collagen. I mean, man, if you enjoy it, enjoy it. You know, I mean, don't put so much pressure on yourself to be something that you're not, or be something that you see in somebody else. Because I mean, that's not. I don't know. To me, it takes the fun out of it. You know.
Did you all hear that? Did you hear that? That's coming from a company owner and a product maker. Literally, be your own beard. Be your own. I know that's another company's slogan, but be your own beard.
I mean, like I've been doing competitions a lot, like hosting them, you know. I would like to be in them and actually compete, but it's hard to do that while you're running it at the same time.
Right.
But from what I've seen throughout the years is that guys just don't feel comfortable in their own skin. Like we don't feel comfortable putting ourselves out there, standing up on stage and being confident, or, you know, oh, we got to take a couple more shots before we get up on stage and enjoy ourselves.
Right.
But I mean, the thing about having a beard is it becomes your identity. You know, like if you shave it short, people don't recognize you anymore. If you shave it off, God forbid, then they don't know who you are.
Right.
But a lot of times we're not comfortable with what we have, and we're always comparing ourselves to other people. But I mean, at the end of the day, do what makes you happy.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I was talking about what I call them craft shows. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's if you go to like an event where they have a bunch of food vendors set up, like the food trucks. A lot of people are selling things on tables. It almost looks like a flea market, yard sale type thing, but it's not all what you think it is. Like some people call the stuff junk. Like you never know what you're going to find at a farmer's market or a craft event. And I will tell you this.
It's a lot of like artisan stuff, you know, people like handcrafted.
It's very handcrafted. Like I said, Cedric from Beard Justice, he sets up at things like this. Casey from Savage Bean. I've seen Chesapeake Beard Company set up at places like this. And it's just another way to reach people with beards, because a lot of farmers go to things like this and they don't know what to, they don't know. And if you ever see like a craft event, or what did you call it?
A farmer's market?
A farmer's market, yeah. If you ever stop in, if you never know, you may find beard products there. You may find handmade soaps there. I guarantee
you will find handmade soaps.
Yeah, you will find something that you like in that place. And the food is usually phenomenal.
See, what I love about doing markets is that you get that connection with people.
Exactly. That beard guy. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, also, like, a lot of guys don't understand, it's not guys buying products, it's the ladies buying products for the guy. Because they'll be like, man, I really love the way this smells, and you know, they'll tend to buy it for as a gift or a present or something like that.
Right.
But it's just to have that connection and have them like appreciate the things that you're putting together, because I mean, it is an art to it, you know, because you're sitting there handcrafting each bottle with love and sending it out there and just hoping that somebody likes it. But to get that confirmation of, yeah, man, this smells great, is just boost your ego. Now, on the flip side, the thing I don't like about the farmers markets in Southern Louisiana is trying to keep your balms from melting.
Yeah.
I mean, several times,
keeping it cooler.
You know, like crack open a balm and be like, it's melted. You know, I'm like, well, it's 110 degrees out here. You know, so I almost need like a generator and a mini fridge, you know, to keep them all stored.
Yeah, now, get yourself a $400 Yeti cooler just for that festival.
Right, put Mudcat Whiskers on the top.
Yep, that's exactly what you have to do.
But as it is, all my storage for my balms, I keep them all refrigerated before I ship them out, just to give them that little extra time frame, you know. I thought about shipping them out with like dry ice, especially for my vendors, because I have like a vendor in Kansas, I have a vendor in Shreveport, I got you know, some other places, but to ship them out so they're not melted by the time they get there has kind of been a chore. So you really have to package them well, and that's what a lot of people don't think about, like the shipping part of it.
Right. Yeah, I know. I could say as a consumer myself, you know, what doesn't no other than you getting the wrong thing, which can happen from time to time, or your product, and it's not the company's fault for that reason. You know, as you saw, I got the Define bottle and it just cracked right in my hands. That wasn't Carrie's fault. Things happen, and I'm getting, like I've said tons of times, you send a company a message, hey, my bottle's cracked, whatever. You send them a picture. Don't be a bullhead about it. Okay, we'll send you another one. Terribly sorry. Things happen.
Dude,
you know,
I had a guy a couple of years ago. He had a tester sample of my Jean Lafitte, and he left it kind of half open. And he bought it in August, and he hadn't used it to January, but he didn't screw the top back in all the way. and he knocked it over and he spilled half the bottle. Well, he messaged me and I sent him out another one. Because, I mean, for me, it's about the connection to people as opposed to like, oh, well, that's going to be another $5 for a sample. I mean, what's the point, you know? I mean, I'd much rather you experience it and enjoy it than, you know.
Right.
Nobody's getting rich off of this, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So what's in the future for Mudcat? Are you working on new stuff, or we getting back to the swing of things because of the madness?
Right. Well, I've been doing a lot with BV as far as getting the chapter a little bit more together, like fill out state paperwork and stuff like that, and actually taking care of all the paperwork side of it. But we're also looking to do more events locally in Louisiana. I'm looking to expand the line a little bit. I want to get more into shave soaps and the safety razors. I got a couple of those. I'm also looking at more of like lotions and sunscreen protectors, you know, with SPS. You know, and I do plan on making a beard wax and a mustache wax, but it's been in development for like 4 years now because I want to make sure that I do it right.
Right.
You know, I don't want it to be sticky. I want it to wash out clean, but I also want it to last all day. So that's like a hard combination to get through without using like petroleum jelly or, you know, harsh chemicals.
Well, I know 2 people right off the top of my head that will gladly test out your shaving soaps, and that's Johnny Grooms, because he shaves his head on a regular daily basis, and he's been looking to do that for his YouTube channel. He shaves on camera and such. Johnny Grooms and Matt from No BS Beard Reviews, they both are shaving their heads, and they're doing video reviews and such. And if you ever need a tester for your mustache.
Yeah. Oh, for the mustache wax?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Tyson or my good friend Brian from Beards and Banjos, he's got an amazing mustache.
Right.
And he's always looking for an awesome mustache wax.
Yeah. See, these are my soaps that I have now. I don't know. It's just like if you don't want to take a shower, or like if you're just getting ready in the morning and you're just trying to freshen up, you could just sit over the sink and wash it out real quick, you know, as opposed to like hopping in the shower and actually using a shampoo and conditioner. You know, it's more of like a daily kind of thing.
What's Carrie say? Shave soaps and breaking combs. Yeah, pretty much. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to ask you a question. I got to remember what the hell it was. Give me a second. Oh, damn it. That was. Oh, I wanted to ask you as a company who's seen a lot of companies. Is it, in your opinion, is it oversaturated?
Here's the thing. Everybody brings something different to the table. We all put our own spin on it. And the thing is, like, a lot of owners are building what works for them. Like my carrier oil blend might be different than somebody else's. You know, they might use a lot of grapeseed. They might use avocado oil. They might use emu oil, you know, and they find that works for them. That's the blend that they like. So the customer that blend works for them, they're going to support that company if it makes sense. You know, I don't think that it's oversaturated because everybody brings something different to the table.
Okay.
Now, like I said, are we going to be the next Honest Amish or the next beard brand and just, you know, making a go of it? And this is our main income. I haven't found a lot of those companies out there. A lot of what I'm seeing is like people doing this as a side hustle or a side job. But they're putting all their heart and soul and love into it. And treating it more like an art form, you know, of a way to express themselves. Because as a guy, you know, we can't like do the things normally to express ourselves or to put ourselves out there. So this gives us something to do,
right,
in that realm.
Okay.
Did that make sense, or did I just ramble through all that?
Okay. Well, Nick, we are just now reaching the hour and a half mark, and we just about covered everything that I wanted to chat about, because I really wanted to get to know you, because I have never gotten to know Mudcat by any means. So I really wanted to just get to know the man and Mudcat. I think.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you reaching out to me. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done something like this. I thought about doing a YouTube channel a while back, basically doing like product releases and things like that. But there's so much of that out there now. I don't know if like companies are doing it as much as they're doing like an Instagram shout out or, daily life of, I know Ruddy Man's really good about sharing his experience with everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, I don't like putting myself in the spotlight that much. I don't like putting myself out there, I guess. Maybe that's why nobody's heard of me. I don't know.
Well, I can honestly say I never knew saw your face until today. So I'm like, now, it's great. It's like I said before, it's awesome to put the company and the face together, so you can get to know them. So it's literally like they're not a secret. You know this is a good dude. It's a good company. You know what to expect. And that's what I wanted to bring and open the door. That's why I'm like literally open the door. Let me see this guy for not necessarily for what he is, for who he is. See how awesome of a guy he really is. So
and everybody that I've met in the community, I haven't met a bad guy yet. To be honest, with like Cedric and Ruddy and everybody, they're all legit 100% good dudes. So that's what I love about this community is that it's just a bunch of guys having fun with beards, and rock what you got.
Exactly. Rock what you got. Are you ready? It's time. Nick Gallimore, you are now officially in the hot seat. Are you ready?
I guess so.
If you guys aren't familiar with what's going on, he's going to be answering a bunch of short answer questions, basically like hot water or cold water. It's short answers and to the point. Now, some of them, I ask some questions to all the guys just because you just got to ask. Like my first one's usually Coke or Pepsi.
Coke.
Coca-Cola. Hell yeah. Now, is that Coca-Cola or Jack and Coke?
Coke.
Oh, well, we're gonna work on that one.
Well,
all right. Are you a Coke or a whiskey or a beer or a whiskey guy?
Jeez, that's a hard one. I could go either way, honestly.
Okay, you got to pick one.
Crap. Probably whiskey. I prefer whiskey over a beer.
And what is that whiskey?
Probably Maker's Mark currently.
Oh no.
Well, I don't have Johnny Walker Blue, but
I ripped a girl off. What more could I tell you? Okay. Your favorite candy, not chocolate. Favorite candy.
Favorite candy. Caramel.
No. Like Skittles or
brand. I'd have to say and not chocolate.
Yeah.
God, you're hard.
Uh-huh.
Maybe Skittles. Yeah, I'd have to say Skittles.
That's my favorite. Hell yeah.
I'd have to say
pipe tobacco or cigar if you were to smoke one.
Pipe tobacco.
Pipe tobacco. Okay.
Well, I've smoked cigars in the past. I used to work at a steakhouse back in college, and our job was to pair cigars and whiskey and wine and all that. So you had to know about the flavors of cigars.
Right.
So I can appreciate a good cigar, but as far as a bystander coming to it, I much prefer to be around pipe tobacco.
Your most hated fragrance or essential oil that you work with? You're like, no.
Patchouli.
I knew that. I had a feeling that's what it was. No one really.
I only have. The thing about patchouli is you either love it or you hate it. And I have Witching Hour, which uses patchouli, and the guys that one of the barbershops that I have loves it. You can't keep it in stock, but to make it, it's
What's your favorite to use?
My favorite, tobacco.
See, I knew I liked this guy. I knew it. I see a comment here. Beard comb or beard brush?
For me, comb. It has. It depends on the length. When I'm rocking a shorter beard, I usually use a brush to kind of get in there and exfoliate a bit more. Mm-hmm. But with this length, I need a wide tooth comb. I can't even do like those, like the little lice combs that everybody had there for a while. It's sandalwood, wide tooth on one side. I can't. I break those all the time. They'll get caught in there, and it's painful.
So you're a wooden comb guy.
Oh yeah, definitely wooden comb.
Okay,
Definitely.
you are actually one of the first guys to say wooden, if I'm not mistaken. I think
I mean, like oxhorn is good too, but I don't know. For me, the way the wood grabs the oil and just distributes it through the beard, I mean, I can't go wrong with it.
beard company you want to try. And I say this question because he's only tried 2.
Yeah, too. I don't know. I mean, there's so many out there with so many awesome scents. Like I said earlier, I really want to try Define. And the other one's escaping me right now, but I know Define's really up there on the list. And there's a company in North Louisiana called Rain Beard Company.
Mm.
I think they're out of Monroe or whatever, but I want to give them a shot.
Okay.
Also.
Let me think. Best beard in sports. Besides James Harden, because everyone always says James Harden.
See, there's my problem though. I'm not a real big sports guy. I mean, I know like everybody's into football and baseball and all that, but I've never really been big into sports, so I wouldn't.
Okay, best celebrity beard. Let's go with that.
Oh crap! I have no idea. I don't know.
He's calling a pass.
Yeah, can I pass?
You're the first person to throw out a pass.
Can you make it multiple choice and show me some pictures? I don't. I stay busy like all the time. I'm either working or being a dad or doing this, so I don't really spend a lot of time in front of the TV.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna let him pass on that one because he has a legitimate reason. Okay. Your beard wash routine. What in the shower?
In the shower. I usually go hot shower first, shampoo with it warm, and condition with it cold.
Okay. And are you a blow dryer or just let it go natural?
It depends on like the length and what I'm going for the day. I'll either towel dry it, or if we're going out, or if I'm at a meeting or something, I'll blow dry it with a round brush.
Okay.
Kind of get the waves out. But I have to like get in there. I even have like a hair dryer with the little like knobs on it, the diffuser or whatever that gets into the skin because my beard's so thick. It takes a lot to get in there.
Crawfish or catfish?
Well, if I could have crawfish etouffee with fried catfish, I'm gonna go with that. But I would have to say boiled crawfish and fried catfish.
Gumbo or jambalaya?
Gumbo.
Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I mean, it depends on the season because you can't. I mean, people don't eat gumbo in the summer. You jambalaya in the summer.
Okay.
It's like soup. You eat gumbo in the winter.
I got
80 degrees. Everybody wants to make a gumbo.
I got to ask you this one just because I know it's kind of close to you. Have you ever tried Lone Star beer?
No.
That's the Texas beer. That's why I was curious.
No, I haven't. I mean, we have so many breweries down here.
Okay.
Parrish and Abita and God, so many.
Lone Star beer beer in Texas was our equivalent to Pabst Blue Ribbon. So that's what I was asking. I had to ask.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like in this town, we have Parrish, which is literally 5 minutes down the road. And they make some awesome beer. We have Tesh, which is a little bit above I-10. And they make great beer too. There's 2 breweries out there in Shreveport. I think Red River and Crying Eagle. So we have a lot of. I mean, we're Cajuns. We drink. I don't.
Your favorite subject to teach?
Science. Well, now that I've been teaching robotics, it's kind of like they go hand in hand. But I would say science.
Worst thing about being a teacher?
To be honest with you, I would have to say the amount of paperwork that people don't realize. It's like there's so much that goes on in the back end of it that people don't know. They think you just go up there with a workbook and say, okay, turn to chapter 4, but there's a lot more involved in it. But my favorite thing about teaching is the kids, and when their little light bulbs go off, and you can see that they actually get it. It's just amazing.
If you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
Probably an engineer.
An engineer. Okay.
Or architect, either one. I went to school for both for a while.
3 wishes, rubbing the lamp. What are they?
Rubbing the beard for the 3 wishes. Unlimited supply of food, world peace, and an ever-flowing fountain of beard oil.
Like that? 1 beard oil scent for the rest of your life. What would it be?
Evangeline.
Evangeline, really?
Yeah. It's a spice tobacco, and it's just amazing.
Okay. I was going to say, I can't even do this because you have 2. You only tried 2. I was going to say, best beard company you tried, and they're like,
well, I would have to say Cedric is just killing it, man. I just love that guy to death.
Your favorite food, favorite dinner to eat?
The good cheeseburger. Cheeseburger with some waffle fries. Good handmade cheeseburger.
Like a straight, what I call like a bar burger.
Yeah, definitely. Like the kind that you get for $1, and they're like this big, and they're filled with like everything from bacon to cheese and fried eggs and all that. Everything that get caught in the beard so you could eat it later.
Favorite topping on pizza?
Meat. Actually, down here we have a place called Pizza Artista, and they do like crackling and boudin and ghost pepper cheese, and they call it the boucherie, and it's just amazing. They have another one that's like dried fig that they put on it, and along with the ghost pepper, and they cover that with some Steen's cane syrup. Amazing.
Your lucky number?
Let's say 7.
7. Favorite historical figure?
Hamilton, I guess. We just got through watching the little show that they put on.
Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah, from when they released it for Disney Plus or whatever, we had a little get together. With COVID going on, we couldn't make it a blowout, but it was just me, the girls, and we did a whole, thing.
He's he killed Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr.
None of you all remember that commercial.
Oh, yeah. I am that old. Well, for the party, I was, trying to get ideas for what to serve, and I was like hamburger,
Yeah.
But everybody was like, you should get like overstuffed peanut butter sandwiches. Yeah, I think that was an old like Got Milk commercial from back in the 80s. Yeah.
And if you could change one thing in history, what would it be?
Oh, God, I don't want to make it too dark. There's a lot of crap in history that is just messed up, I would have to say the Holocaust.
Very good. Very good one. Nick Gallimore, you have survived the hot seat. Now, I got to ask you 2 questions always ask 2 questions at the end. Number 1, who do you want to see in the hot seat?
Well, I know that you already did Cedric, but what if you did you do Colin from Fable yet?
Not yet. I have not done the Wizard yet.
Okay, either Colin or the Ruddy Man.
Okay.
Those.
And number 2, is there anything I should add or change to open the door?
You need your logo right behind your head. That's what you need. Like, just, Beard Times right there on the wall. I think that would really bring the real.
Like my face? Dude, I thought this was the greatest part of the whole show.
I like your face so much. I want to see another one of your face right behind the face that you already have.
You all hear that? That's awesome. That's just cool, man. Tyson's talking about doing. I'm waiting to see so I can put you in time. Oh, you guys are goofy. You're crazy. Tyson's talking about doing a giveaway on him. He'll buy it from Nick. That's up to you, boss.
Well, I mean, I can throw some stuff together. I wasn't really thinking about doing a giveaway, but I mean, we can. You know, I don't know what y'all want, whether it be a combo or whether it be like a sample pack or like I could do like a 4-pack of beard oil matching balms, 3 combos.
Let's do. Can we get Bruce Banton in the hot seat? I don't know if you really want to do that, Tyson. You know I can't stand that freaking. I don't know, man. Why don't you message him? We'll go with that. You message him.
Yeah,
and
I'll just do it on like the Instagram or whatever. I'll do like a comb, 3 combos. Does that sound good?
What's that?
For the giveaway, if they wanted to do a giveaway, they could just message me and I'll give away like one of the combs and 3 combos.
There we go. There we go. Sure. A comb. So we're doing 3 giveaways.
No, this would be one ultimate giveaway.
Oh, one ultimate giveaway. Oh, okay.
It'd be like a comb. Let's see. Let me just pull some stuff off.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I could do the Rain, which is kind of like a clean, fresh barbershop. I'll do my Witching Hour, which is a really heady blend featuring patchouli and a whole bunch of other stuff. This one's like super unique. The Traiteur, that's how you say that, if I can find the camera. Traiteur, and the Bayou Black.
All right.
And see if I can, I'll do the matching balms with that along with the comb too.
How do you want to do this?
I don't know. I just came with the product. You come with the rules.
Okay. I'll do this really simple.
So you're going to like pick a number or something? Or?
No, I'm looking here. I am on the Mudcat Whiskers website right now. I have it. You can't see it on my screen. What is... See, this is... I'm going to make them search for it. I have a beard oil on his website that I want to try. What is it? The first person who goes and comes back.
I have so many to go through.
Yeah, that was the point. Go to the website.
This might be a little bit.
Yeah. And I'm going from my screen. First person that says the scent I want to try, you're the winner. You got to make them work for it. That's the key.
Wait, is it like one of those sample packs?
No. It's one bottle of oil. I want to see. Kevin Owens never makes it easy. That's right.
I thought it would be like, number 5 on the comments or something like that. You know how
Oh no,
everybody else does.
I'm looking. It's one of your scents that I'm like that. I gotta try. I'm waiting. You got a lot of them to go through, guys. So
I don't think they realize like how many. You know how many. I mean, to think about it, I don't even know if I know off the top of my head how many I have. I mean, I'm not like Ferocious where I have like 40 different scents, but it's kind of up there.
He's got way too many, doesn't he? But I mean, that's cool.
I mean, he likes to play with creating them. I think that's the fun of it. And from what I hear, like
there it is. I got it. It's Rohan. Rohan is the first. That's awesome.
I was like, man, I make a WD-40. I need to get on that.
Rohan is the first on my screen to pick Paris. Rohan, you're the winner, man. Congratulations. What I need you to do, you're going to direct message Nick, Mudcat Whiskers. The link to his Instagram is in the description box of this video. So just do it from there if you can't find him. Rohan, you're the winner. Parrish was the one.
Now, Rohan, what I'll do, I know I said these 4, but if you want to pick 4 other scents that you want to try, I'll send those out to you. You know, so I'll send you out 4 combos and a comb.
Awesome. Heck of a giveaway. Dude, that's awesome. Rohan, again, just direct message Nick from Mudcat Whiskers on Instagram, and you get your information and send that out to you. That's really cool, Nick. Thank you for doing that.
Well, I wasn't anticipating doing a giveaway, but, you know, why not?
I appreciate your time, man. I really do. Like I said, you were one of the older companies that when I started growing my beard out 4 years ago, I was like, or 3 years ago, when you start over, I was like, who's that? Because I saw the video from Brian. I was like, Mudcat Whiskers. I'm like, who the hell's this?
That was a long time ago. I mean,
very long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you reaching out, and God, this has been fun. Yeah,
it's been fun. Like I said, this is a new experience for me because we never knew each other. You know, I don't know anything about you, and I do now. But I'm like, wow, it's cool to get to know somebody literally first day. You know, and I think we hit it off pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's good because I get so caught up in my own head because, you know, my wife gets tired of me talking about it, and I don't really, you know, associate it with that many people. So, you know, just sit here and talk shop for an hour or so is fun.
Well, you are welcome in any of my live streams anytime, man. Welcome. Just all you got to do, in case you guys don't know about this, all you got to do, like literally, you get on your Instagram and you say, "Give me the link." That's like the secret code. Give me the link, and you just send them your email, and they'll jump you into live stream. So that's usually what we usually do. Give me the link. I want in. So I haven't done an actual live stream. I've been doing Open the Door because I've been really wanting to try to get this going, and I think it's taken off. I think so. I'm thinking I might stop. I don't know if I'm gonna do this like all year round. I may make this like a seasonal type thing if that makes any sense. Mudcat Whiskers, Rohan. In the description box of this video is his link to his Instagram. So you just click on that and go right to it.
Yeah, or you can email me at sales@mudcatwhiskers.com. Either way.
Yeah. Either one, whatever you need to do. But yeah, I've been. I don't know if I should continue doing this like every single week or just make it like.
I mean, maybe like 2 every month or so. I mean, like you said before, there's so many companies out there to like give them a voice, you know, especially people like me who don't put themselves out there in front of the camera that often. You know, I think it would be good for everybody to get to know where these.
Well, I've been wanting to do. Well, I've been doing this. I've left it open to content makers, video reviewers, people in the community, and consumers of products as well. Yeah. Companies, makers. Just basically anybody in the bearding community, in the bearding game. I almost, I'm not making this up. I almost had a professional wrestler committed to coming and doing it. The schedule didn't work out, and that would have been crazy. I almost had a WWE wrestler ready to do it, and I was like, it's just the schedule didn't work. I was like, shit.
Yeah,
I didn't care. I was like, that would have been awesome. Right.
Just bump it back, you know. Couple weeks or whatever, just
because of what's going on in the world now, they really haven't they can't do it, you know, because you probably aren't a wrestling fan. They're kind of stuck down in Florida, and they're like just filming and filming. Yeah. So he's like, we kind of can't do that stuff right now.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Well, honestly, I would like to come back and talk about ways that people can host their own beard competitions, like everything that's involved on the back end. How to get that up and going a little bit more, you know, because I find that the same people are putting on comps, or, you know, they'll go to nationals. But I mean, if we have a lot more local events, I think that would help the community grow a lot more. And then not only that, but we could use it to reach out to help other people in our community, like through charity and stuff like that, you know.
Okay. Well, I honestly can say I do not have any experience in that, but I'm willing to learn just as much as anybody else. So maybe we can do that.
It might not be like a long video. It's just like a list of everything that's involved and how to go about, getting sponsors and vendors and reaching out to people and that kind of thing.
Now there's a guy right there that I think he would enjoy some of your stuff. That's BeardTube. I know you know who that goofy guy is. That's my good buddy Scuba. See, you're smiling like everyone knows who Scuba is.
Yeah, Scuba's funny.
He's kind of busy right now. He's building his house and everything. So he told me he's going to be on the channel on Open the Door when he gets his house all settled in, guys. I know a lot of you guys have wanted him on here.
But I do like the whole MTV Cribs where he goes from like room to room and shows everything around.
You never know with him, but we're gonna have him on to Open the Door as soon as he gets his house finished and everything. So that's gonna be a good one. But
yeah.
he congratulations again to buying your first house though, and he's remodeling and making it look really, really sweet. Like Scuba Steve. Yeah, Scuba Steve. That's who he is. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this for the night. Thank everybody for coming in. You know who I am, you cyber bullies. Exactly. See? Y'all don't even know, you freaking nerds. He calls you guys nerds all the time. Yes, he's actually, he does not live with his mom anymore, but he still pays bills at her house. Last he told me. So that's on you, buddy. Let's just hope your mom doesn't follow you to your home. Hopefully she's not in your videos when you go to the new studio. That's all I can tell you. But guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And I want to thank Nick from Mudcat Whiskers. It was awesome to get to know you. And thank you for the giveaway. That was a hell of a giveaway. That was unexpected.
Yeah. But like I said, it just, I got a lot of products, so might as well thin the herd a little bit.
Well, I do this. I usually do this live here on the thing every time. So delete. I do this every time. I'll delete it right there on camera. Next week, Devin, Beard Code. You are in the hot seat, my man. You better get ready. It's going to be a good one.
It was a blast. I appreciate it.
Everybody keep on bearding. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you next week.